I knew Jose Mondragon couldn't go through his entire life without attempting at least one great thing.
Hi, welcome to Moments with Mimi. And today, thought we'd talk about, applying this is all imagination. Neville Goddard's teaching that this is all imagination. Well, if this is all imagination, therefore it's a dream, and dreams are subjective. And this goes into his teaching of, you're projecting out. Don't look out there if it's not what you like. Look within. And oh, there it is, and you're training your mind to present to you what you want, the things that you want, and the things you want to see, and how people will respond, and you're creating your world. So that, that is your purpose, is to create your world. So then, you get desires to be something or do something, or you love something. So, you love painting, for example, and you don't want it to be your job because you don't want it to be work. You want it to be, fun and something that you go do, but then you discover you never really have time to do it because you're busy working. And what are you working for? You're working to live. Well, how are you living? You're not. You're not. You're not living the life that you really want to live. And the idea is do what you love, and the rest of that stuff comes to you. And you love everyone, because they're all part of, sharing your love. So if you love to decorate, then you decorate, and you show people your decorations, and you say, I love this. What do you think? Oh, yeah. How much is that? Would you sell that to me? Sure, you can have it. Yeah. Give me $25. That's the materials, and an hour of my time. Okay. You know, that's mighty cheap. How much are you charging for an hour of your time? $7. And so then, people just start giving to you. You're being fair in your mind, and it's a loving gift, and they see it as a fair trade. They love that, whatever it is. Making a wreath, making purses, making clothes, paintings, whatever it is you love to do. And money is the symbol that we use to spread that love and exchange those ideas that we love or that we want to try. And you should feel like I could try anything. One of Neville Goddard's lectures about investing, and people have this habit of thinking that spending is useless, and that is just not true. This is a whole, okay? And that's just how you're looking at it. When you spend money, you're investing in yourself. You're presenting yourself with something that, you desired and you wanted to try it. And that's investing in yourself. That's investing in an experience that you want to experience. So you invest in it. Now, some people have written me, a couple of my students and some followers, had found, they felt like they found their purpose with, fighting the injustices of man. And this is wanting to be that superhero. And if you step back and look at it, in the early 2000s, there's a show called Heroes. And in one of the episodes, in The Hero Reborn, which was the last series, young girl is showing the young boy who's looking for his purpose. You know, the comic books that came from the original story, and saying this guy, there was a time in the world when people believed in superheroes and they loved superheroes. You know, and she pulls out this comic he's been looking for. And of course, we know the story that, you know, the artist who drew drew the future, right? So, the idea is, you know, that's a message. Step back and look at it. You know, heroes. We've been fallen in love with heroes, superheroes, imaginative, wonderful, creative superheroes. Spider-Man and Superman and Luke and Jedi Knights, and how many different ways can you flavor it? You know, we're doing that. We've got Spider-Man and Spider-Woman and Superman and Superwoman and Superdog, and we've got, you know, Black Lightning, White Lightning, Super Lightning, who knows lightning. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay. We've got all kinds of heroes and all these different lovely flavors and colors and from these different environments, backgrounds, and in the end, they're just a man. They're just a man who had a desire. Okay, and the man saw injustices. Well, that's you believing that about other people, you know, and so they're playing their role for you. Are you going to love them? Are you going to err on the side of love and say, yeah, we all think for ourselves. I don't care which side you're on. You know, are you going to build on the Fibonacci sequence? What did you want to keep from the last generation of thoughts and beliefs? Well, the baby boomers. How about imagination creates reality? How about love conquers all? That's what the hippies were all about. They're the ones who turned and started believing in the objective world because of Charles Manson. They're the ones who believed others could murder others. And so somebody had to show up that was one of them and show them what they believed. And now that generation has gone down into the ugly depths of the human, of the animal, and how imagination can be caught by the animal. It's baby. It's the baby. No, no, baby. And you, the parent, have to stop the baby, the human imagination. You, consciousness. This is the God and I are one layer, okay? It's layers. No, I'm acting as God, and I know it. I am the God of my world, okay? And I know better. I know what's best for me. And no, these people are not going to think like this. Nobody thinks like this, you know, and your purpose is to be that soldier of love, okay? Justice is seen with the eyes of love. Both sides are playing their role to show you what you believe, you know? So you become that soldier of love and go within, and no, I'm not going to believe that. I know they're going to show me differently. I know it. No, it doesn't have to be like this. You know, no, I don't accept this. You know, and this is digging into the law of perpetual transmutation that Neville teaches as revision. Revision is just a part of all of these laws are the nature of your being. Okay, they're the very nature of your being, and you revise all the time. You do it all the time. So stop and think about it, you know, and what are you telling yourself about X or Y or Z. You know, it's understanding what you're, you know, no, I did not think that. It's like a dog. No, you look at me. You don't look at that cat. You know, no, you don't jerk towards that kid on the bike. Turn around, come and walk this way. You know, it's the same thing, only you're doing it with yourself. You know, and it's all imagination. You have to train your mind. You have to train the human imagination. You know, no, you're not going to bring me thoughts like that. No, we're looking on this side of the fence. Got it? We're looking at this. This is how it is. And you are firm with your human imagination. No, I don't think so. I held that statement in my hand, and it shows I have $10,000 in the bank. I know computers make mistakes all the time. It'll show up sooner or later. You know, you know, you get firm with yourself. No, I know I won that sweepstakes. I know that money's in the bank. I'll see it when it gets there. I know it's there. Computers always make mistakes. I know when I call, that's what I hear, you know. So I know that's what's there. However is best for you, you know, and whatever you're trying to get. I mean, you know, special persons are, you know, people don't seem to understand. It's okay if you want to start with somebody new, but here's the deal. You're taking you with you, okay? Doesn't matter if it's the old special person or a new special person. You're you. You is you. And you're going to repeat, and there'll be patterns unless you change the way you think. And the Bible calls this to repent. In the 60s and 70s, they called it flipping your world. In the 80s and 90s, they called it doing a 180. You know, do a 180. No. And when you talk in third person during the day, it's easier to correct and be firm with yourself than it is when it's the, you know, first person. So it's more like, Rita is the best. No, I didn't think that. I thought Rita is the best. No, I didn't think that. I know Rita heard that there was 10,000 in the bank. I was right there. I heard it too. You know, or 100,000 or 1,000,000 or whatever it is you want. Yeah, but the point being Peter the Rock is using revision and keeping that good mental diet. That's Peter the Rock. I'm not going to listen to this. No, no, you know, no, I didn't hear her say that. I heard her say that she has more money than she knows what to do with. Yeah. And this is, you know, what makes you happy? That's what you love. What is it that you wish you always had time to do, you know? That's what you love. And a lot of people have found themselves with a lot of time on their hands to do what they love to do. You know, so there's going to be this explosion out of this because this was a limit of contraction, this virus. Because if they try to get you to lay down for this again, everybody is going to say, yeah, no, no, I don't think so. I know who that is. You know, and the virus will just disappear or whatever it is they're trying to get you to go run and hide from. You know, humanity has laid itself down for the other. Okay? And now if objective man, what an old saying, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Okay? That's what objective man does. there will never be enough to satisfy his fear. He'll always find something else to be afraid of. Okay? It's okay, go be afraid. No. Y'all deal with your problem. Your emergency does not constitute one for me. That's your emergency. No. Not doing this again. Okay? You either learned your lesson or you didn't. So, I don't care. It's your pain, not mine. And it's things like that, and this comes about with this push of feel sorry for the first responders, hooray for the first responders, they get extra special stuff, first responders, yay, when all of us lay down, every one of us is essential. Huh? No, nobody thinks like that. We're all essential. I don't think so. This was just taking that, move away from racism, where, all lives matter, overtook Black Lives Matter, and it's kind of disappeared. And now here comes the, virus, stuff, and it's no, that's your emergency, not mine. That's nice, CDC, but again, that's your emergency, not mine. That's great, WHO, that's still your emergency, not mine. That's your job. That's your job. You made it. Go be afraid. I don't care. Huh? You go work with them to make vaccines and stuff. You seem to think nobody will come out of their house without a vaccine. I think that's hysterical. This is their hubris and their pride, and they're going to fail. Everybody's going to come out, and it's all going to be okay. They're going to have plenty for whatever they need for whoever's sick. And you can keep on being frightened with them. Oh, people are dead. Yeah, people die. They die all the time. Okay? So what? You had 40,000 more deaths this time with this coronavirus than you did last year with the flu. It's still not even 1% of the population. I mean, people die. Okay? It's part of life. That's not what this was about. You asked us to lay down to keep the spread down so that, you could get your supplies. Okay, you either have your supplies or you don't. I don't care. That's your problem. It's the same with safety people. You'll never be safe enough. It's their job to go find unsafe stuff. So, of course, they go find unsafe stuff. It's hysterical. We set these things up, not realizing we're perpetuating the very thing we set them up for. We're going to end hunger. No, you haven't. It was 13% in the United States when you decided to put a war on hunger, and it's still at 13%. You haven't changed a thing because you haven't changed your thinking. If everybody believed that everybody's bellies are always full, then they would get filled. And it begins with one. It only takes one. There's only one. So if one person begins to think that way, then another will, and then another, and then another, and then and because it comes from love, it has the power. And the attention that was given to the other fades away because this one is given with a motivation of love. Okay? When you're coming at it with, it's a war on hunger, you're coming at it from the human side. Got to fight this. You're just making it grow. And you got to come at it from the divine side. No. And this is how you change your vibration. Stop seeing it from the objective side. This is a dream. This is all imagination. And science has shown us since Neville passed away that dreams are subjective and that they deal with the things that you thought about when you fell asleep, and that it's uploaded, that the day, if you did put electrodes all over your head and they graphed your thoughts for the day, when you fall asleep, that exact same pattern is uploaded. It's being repeated, is what science will tell you. No, it's being uploaded. Everybody's got the message. This is my baby doing today. This is what I was doing today. This is what I do. It's a beautiful picture that one being is pulling all together. And you have an important part. And your part is whatever it is you love to do. Do it. And love it. And love everyone else. Always err on the side of love. You know, and when that objective world is coming at you, you just, stop and say, no, I know that's God in man. I know that's God in man. I know that's God in the dog. I know that's God in the lotion. I know that's God in the bed bug. Bye, bed bug. Thank you for showing me. I know you're great. You're lovely. But you can't be a bed bug here. Okay? You gotta go. You gotta go. Thank you for leaving. Spray, 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 spray. Thank you. Thank you, Papa, for taking that bed bug away. Whew. It works. And the funny thing is, everything that's chemical or, from science, where they've basically taken all the life out of it and distilled it, okay? And all it needs is love. That's all it needs for it to work. It's not really going to work. It will fail you sooner or later unless you are dealing with noble metals. Otherwise, it's you manipulating it. Noble metals are one. You can love it or not. It's up to you. But everything else is, very malleable. And even the noble metals are malleable. They can be shaped. But it's realizing that the love and the imagination and all of that was taken out of it. Okay? Now you have this lotion, and then they tell a story about it. This lotion is for oily skin, and it's got this vitamin and that vitamin. All these things that man distilled and put together. Here, I'm telling a story and putting some love in it. But you got to believe my story for this to work. That's what's going on. So if you take that lotion and say, I know this lotion doesn't do shit. I know this lotion is God. And God made it just for me because it smells so good. I love that coconutty smell. I love the way it makes my face feel. And my body. And I know it says foot lotion. I don't care. I know it's just lotion and I love it. I love it. I love that raspberry smell. You're just living. And it doesn't matter if it's foot lotion or skin lotion or whatever story they threw on it. Okay? Science has some good things for you to incorporate into your toolbox, and some things that are just dogma. Okay? It's still coming from the same place. They still took it from nature. And then they think they distilled it and all that other stuff. And then they find quantum physics. And now they're stuck. You're in a trap. You made your own little trap. Scientists. And it's not that the story of science is wrong. It's not. Same story. Same story. It's just how they see it. Trickster. So I hope this helps. It really is about just recognizing that God is everyone and everything. God is the food on your plate. God is the house that you live in. God is the body that you wear. God is everyone and everything. God is your neighbor. And he's just laying there saying, okay, baby, what you want me to be now? He's the daddy who dresses up in the pink tutu for his girls. He's the mommy who dresses up like Spider-Man for her boys. You know, it's that. So, you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is the love behind it. That is the motivation. What is the motivation? Love. It has to be love, not just attention. Attention is unconditional love. It doesn't matter if you think it's good or bad. It's love. Now, if the love you are giving something is on the objective side, that's not love. That's pride. So err on the side of love. It will always conquer all. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you for being you.
You can undeputize your crowd, buddy. Maybe I'll be back.
If not, I'll send you a sack of beans.
Montana. Vicky.
You're a pain in the ass.
Had a cigarette and a cup of tea. I looked in the mirror, what did I see? A 9-stone weakling with knobbly knees. I did my knees bend, press ups, touch my toes. Had another sneeze and I blew my nose. I looked in the mirror at my pigeon chest.